Today we're going to make a centerpiece for 3 different occasions, and we're going to start with a metal ring, and I wrapped some twine around it, and then we're going to put that in the center of our little potted plant, and we're going to hot glue that in place and just use a ton of glue because you're just going to kind of hold it in there and hide it inside the tree. And I called it a tree, but it's actually a tiny little potted plant. Then we're going to grab some fabric, and this is just muslin, just a scrap fabric. I did it about a 1/2 inch high, and I made little triangles. And we're going to make some really cute bunting that's going to say happy birthday. And that's going to be our first way of using this cute little centerpiece for your table. So after I get all of my little triangles, I'm going to get some fabric pens, and I'm going to write happy birthday on here because we're going to have 2 little garlands of bunting. The first one is going to say happy, and then the second one is going to say birthday. And I love these fabric pens because you can do so many projects with them. And just put the whatever words you want on here. You could actually write happy anniversary, happy Valentine's Day. Just writing on your little triangle flags whatever you are celebrating. And then after we finish that, we're going to grab some twine. You could use ribbon, but you want something that's like very thin. Then we're going to take our hot glue, and we're going to start putting little beads of glue. And the reason we are doing it this way as opposed to upside down is because you will realize it's a little more complicated when you flip it over. If you were to flip over all your letters and do it upside down, because most likely you'll end up doing it backwards and the word will be written backwards. So I just did it this way because it made it easier and I can visually see it as I'm doing it. And so you're just going to gently put all your little triangles on the twine, and then you're going to do the same thing with the birthday. Now we're going to take our little birthday bunting and we're going to attach it to the ring and just tie it on both sides. You don't have to put it very tight. You could just do it loosely so that you can reuse this for our next project. And it would be cute with something else written on there. It could be even one more row of bunting like happy birthday, Michelle. Next, we're going to grab a photograph, and this is a Polaroid. And we're going to grab a little piece of wood, which is kind of a thin balsa wood, and a little clip. And we're going to hot glue the clip to the top. And you want a clip like this that has a hole in the top. It makes it a lot easier. And you see how I glued it so the hole is visible on above the piece of wood. Then you're going to put your Polaroid on there. Next, you're going to grab a little piece of ribbon, and this is about 4 inches in length. And I used a piece of silk scrap, and I kind of frayed it on the edge. And we're going to put that through both of the holes, and that's going to be the way we are going to hang it on the ring. So this is our second idea for a centerpiece for a special occasion. But first we're going to put a little note at the bottom, and I'm just going to write love, but you can put whatever you want on here. And then we're just going to attach it to the ring. And I just did a little loose little double knot on there, and I didn't even put a bow because I just like the way it looks with the frayed edges of the silk. And there's our second little centerpiece. Look how cute this is for a special occasion, for maybe an anniversary, and I think it looks so cute on the table as well. And our last idea is to put candles in the center, and I know what you're thinking. They'll catch on fire, but I have some remote control wax candles. You just put a battery in it, turn it on the bottom. There's also remote control that you can use. And now you have some candles that look real, and they even flicker, and I think they're just so cute. And I love the way this one turned out. I just love all the projects. I hope you guys are inspired to try one of these projects for yourself. And I hope it gives you a little burst of inspiration to come up with your own ideas of what you would do with this little centerpiece of just a potted plant and a little floral ring that's covered in twine. We are going to only need a few items. First, I grabbed my Amazon package, and this has my caning in here, which is going to be for the main part of the project. Then I had to run over and grab a couple vases in different shapes. And then I ran to Trader's and then got some peonies flowers. And I think we're ready to get started. We're going to start with one of our glass vessels and our caning. And we're going to put that right at the edge of the caning. And we're going to wrap that around and kind of measure it that way. Just eyeball it. And then we're going to cut that. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut that so it overlaps about a 1/2 inch over the caning on the other side. Just see how it kind of overlaps right there. And then we're going to cut at the top edge of the vase opening about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch taller so you don't see the top of the glass. You could go further, it's really whatever you want to do. Then we're going to grab some hot glue and we're going to start by putting just a tiny little dab at the bottom, and it's just kind of securing it to the bottom. And I just did this in a few little areas around it. You could do the entire bottom if you want, but I kind of did it like in different areas, just a tiny bit, so that I can maybe take this off when I decide I don't want the webbing on there. And then we're going to put a bead of glue on one side of the caning and then overlap it. And that's it. Look how cute that is. So here's our first one. That's a small one. Then we're going to do the same thing on a large one. Same process. We're going to cut it to size from top and bottom. Then we're going to add the hot glue, overlap the two pieces, add a couple little strategic little spots at the bottom to kind of hold it so it doesn't slide. And that's it. And now you have a larger vase. And we're going to do one more, which is that odd shape one. And what we did was I pre-measured right to where it starts to angle. And I put that around there. And you guys got the picture. I don't think you need me to show you how to do the rest of it. But look how cute that one is. Then I just took some peonies flowers and put them in the vases. You could use these for candle votives also, because remember it's glass inside, so it's safe. And I just love the way these turn out. These are perfect for dining room or your bedside table. They'd be really cute for a wedding. I just love the way they turned out, and I hope you guys love it too. And I hope this DIY inspired you to make your own vase for your home. I hope you guys love today's DIYs, and until next time, bye.